Now, I think the President has been almost exactly going in the wrong direction on Cuba. I believe we need to take a very clear position that over 50 years of dictatorship is more than enough. And I think it's fascinating. Consider the Obama administration's policy in Tunisia. They worry about an Arab Spring in Libya. They actually commit forces to covertly help in Libya. They worry about an Arab Spring in Egypt, where we give billions of dollars of aid every year. They worry about an Arab Spring in Syria. I don't think it's ever occurred to a single person in the White House to look south and propose a Cuban Spring. I would argue if Mubarak was bad, Castro's worse. If Assad is bad, Castro's worse. My commitment is very simple. I will use every non-military tool that President Reagan, Prime Minister Thatcher, and Pope John Paul II brought to bear on the Soviet Empire. If you go back and look at the campaign they waged from the Pope's succession in October of 1978 through Reagan's being sworn in January of 1981, and you look at how the three of them brought moral pressure, psychological pressure, information pressure, economic pressure, covert assistance. Things like Solidarity were being propped up with money from lots of sources, given technology from lots of sources. I just want to suggest to you that an all-out American effort in alliance with the Cuban people to facilitate the future of Cuba, and a clear message to younger members of the dictatorship that they are not going to succeed, there will not be a succession to Castro. That in fact, that if they want a positive, prosperous future, it will be in a democracy, because we are in fact not going to allow a negative future of a new generation of dictators replacing the Castro brothers. Let me also suggest that beyond Cuba, we have a very major problem growing in Venezuela. The fact is that Hugo Chavez is a bitter, deep anti-American, seeking to create an alliance with Ahmadinejad, which is the first overt violation of the Monroe Doctrine since the 1820s. I think it's fairly clear. I mean, John F. Kennedy went to the brink of nuclear war over Soviet intervention in Cuba because we would not tolerate an enemy power from the old world coming into the new hemisphere. I think we have to make very clear there will not be an Iranian penetration of Latin America, and we will take whatever steps are necessary to block the Iranians from acquiring military bases or other assets in Latin America, because it's an intolerable threat. We should also confront Chavez head on. I mean, there have been few, in an administration with many embarrassing moments, there have been few more embarrassing than when the President met Hugo Chavez. And Chavez made a fool of him, giving him as a gift an anti-American book, and having Obama thank him for this wonderful and wise book, because he didn't have a clue what he was getting, which is true, frankly, of much of Obama's visits around the planet. I think we need to say calmly and pleasantly to Chavez, we know who you are, we believe what you say, and therefore we regard you as a mortal enemy of the United States.